It's the 150th episode. I'll put our little graphic.
150th.
150th.
Love it.
Of the JT Show.
Yeah.
Look at it. We're here.
We made it.
We're sponsored.
Shout
Shout out to Duke Swells.
More sponsors incoming, by the way.
Hopefully.
There are.
I mean, if there's a paint shop or a painter or something like that.
There could be a couple things. There could be a bar. There could be a gym. There could be a,
Yeah.
We got some things in the pipeline right now.
Hilarious.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
But, whose birthday is it?
Josh Peck.
Josh Peck. That's a good one.
From Drake and Josh.
I saw that one. That's a solid one.
Have to give the 150th to Josh Peck, dude.
I think I might have beat you on this one.
Mm-hmm.
It is Tracy Morgan's birthday today.
Tracy Morgan, solid.
Tracy Morgan is from the fucking Bronx, dude. 30 Rock star. I actually just watched through 30 Rock for the first time like a year ago.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's all right.
It's funny.
It's great.
It's good for what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a behind the scenes
Saturday Night Live
sitcom,
yeah.
And it's funny.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah,
it's not
Peter Dinklage is in it.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's a bunch of people that are in it that are just like I saw them and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, birthday shots.
Yeah, don't forget the birthday shots. You look so excited when you remembered.
I'm always excited to take a shot.
Yeah, I know you are. You love them so much.
They're so great. So hey, welcome to the 150th episode. Shout out to Josh Peck and Tracy
Morgan.
Super duper great.
Yeah, smooth.
I think the most exciting news that came out today that you sent me on Insta is the fact that Jim Harbaugh is now suspended from coaching the last 3 games of the season.
So it's official.
I believe it's official.
I just sent you the post I saw. I read it.
That was from like 22 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was pretty...
I've also seen it where... I think everyone's talking about it so much right now that it's official.
Okay.
Because nothing else...
So he just can't coach the rest of the year?
He can coach during the week.
But he can't go to the games?
No.
Interesting.
So this Penn State game at Death Valley is going to be Jim Harbaugh.
Is he allowed to watch the games on TV and be on a phone call or whatever? No.
If you can't coach, you can't call in. They can't.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can't.
So if he texted somebody that was in the booth?
If it reads all football functions, he can't contact any of the coaches and be like, what should we be adjusting at halftime? And he'd be like, no, you can't. Wow. That's why the one game that he's suspended for this season, he was...
What if he told his daughter and he was like, man, they should really switch to a da-da-da, and she tweets it?
I mean, that's probably illegal too.
Okay.
There's... the one game this season, he was the chain gang for his son's team during a Michigan football game.
I saw that, yeah.
So, no way he's taking it. What's that? Timeout, ref?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, run it.
Does he get credit if you guys win a natty this year?
Of course.
Yeah?
He built his house.
Even though he's not there.
Jim Harbaugh's built... Hey, he's staying, dude.
How many games has he been there for this year? 2? 3?
He's spending for the first 4.
Yeah.
We're 9-0.
Oh, okay, so he's been there for 4 games.
5. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So that means if you're 9-0, that means the season's almost over, right? A few more weeks?
Death Valley.
Yeah. Today, or tomorrow.
And then it's Maryland versus Tungavailoa's little brother. And then Thanksgiving weekend, the game.
The game.
And here's what's great about Thanksgiving. Packers-Lions, Ford Field.
Yeah.
And then you get 2 additional games.
Yeah.
And we'll be gaming Thursday night.
Yeah.
Friday, there's a Amazon Black Friday game on TV. So that's NFL Thursday, NFL Friday. The game.
Jets.
Dolphins. Yep.
Jets,
and it's great because I got an Amazon Prime. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. And then Saturday.
I have to wake up early on Sunday for
this Sunday?
The Germany game, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, there's another Germany game? Back to back. That's wild. Who's Germany this week? Patriots versus
Colts.
But then you get the game on Saturday, and then the rest of the NFL on Sunday. And that's a 5-day weekend for me.
Great.
Yeah. And I Have you seen more videos and breakdowns of that video of your coach leaving that house?
Oh, yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. And it's funny. I agree with the knee-jerk reaction of the Barstool crew. Like, old guy gets laid. Yeah, old people fuck.
Yeah.
He's the greatest football coach of all time. He fucks.
Yeah.
Like, he definitely fucks. It just, unlike our owner, hasn't been on video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think the video is funny. I don't know where did that video come from?
Probably Doorcam.
Yeah, but from his? So he put out his own? The company put it out?
No, it had to be a house he was visiting.
It must have been an Airbnb or something.
Yeah, or like someone invited him over and then he was
then he fucked in their house and walked out to the ring cam without a shirt on?
Yeah. He didn't know it was there, and then like the next day she was like, "Oh, he's not calling me back. I'm gonna upload this video to Ring to the internet."
He's married.
I don't know.
He's married to like a 40-year-old.
Maybe it was her 60. Airbnb. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm just curious where the footage came from.
Maybe his family was on vacation. It was warm in the house, so he had his shirt off, and he forgot something in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Hilarious.
It is funny though.
He's stacked.
It is funny.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah.
He looks great.
He looks hilarious.
Yeah. He looks great for a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
I hope I look half that good.
Me too.
Yeah. I have, since we're on football, it's a TikTok, so I'm going to have to send it to you so you can put it on. It's from the Glue Guys, I think.
Yep.
And I have it saved in my thing. Here we are. So turn that on. Turn that up.
Alright, blind beats, 1998, Bills Patriots.
Worst bet of all
up
time.
by 4, getting 3.5. Time is running out in the fourth quarter. They run this play with 12 seconds left. Even if they score a touchdown and kick the extra point, you're good, right?
That's win by 3. If they score a touchdown.
Hail Mary, penalty on the play. You're still okay though. Touchdown, extra point, you're good.
Yes.
Touchdown. So now they're up 2, pending an extra point. Now here's what happens. The Bills, in protest of the pass interference call in the end zone, now take the extra point without their defense on the field.
What?
No one's on the field for the Bills. Carroll says go for 2. Vinatieri shoves it in.
No.
That's wild.
They win by 4.
No.
The Bills are so
There is
upset.
no way.
The Bills-
How have I never seen this? That has to be the worst beat in NFL history.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That was 1998.
Yeah.
I never knew that game existed.
I knew it existed. I had no idea about, like, I knew the play at the end where they in protest, they just didn't go out there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened before or since. That's fucking insane.
They probably put a ruling to it.
It probably, because it changed the fucking bet, obviously. That +3 bet didn't hit because they were up 4.
Got a little fruit fly. And I got it.
Nice.
That's gross.
You got 1 kill on Kim.
Dude, my KD ratio 843.
Yeah, there it is.
Fuck that.
But yeah, isn't that bet fucking crazy? Can you imagine doing that? And you're like, dude, we got it. Even if they score another touchdown, we're solid.
Yeah.
And then they just don't put anyone out there on the field. And Carroll's like, yeah, just walk it in.
Right.
Crazy. Also, probably the only highlight from Pete Carroll's existence in New England. Yeah. He was just not a great coach.
That was so wild of a series of events that happened.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I'd be pissed. Yeah. Back in, what was it, 96, 98, whatever it said it was?
Yeah.
Fucking insane place.
So we're on the 150th. I still have to upload 149. So Saturday, November 11th. Happy birthday, Molly. If we would have recorded this tomorrow, that would have been the birthday of the day.
Nice.
That's when 149 will be uploaded. And then this will be uploaded probably, my guess is that Thursday. I'll edit it and then have it premiere out. But so far in my life, I just got back from a work trip. I love hot tubs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And Earl and I were bullshitting about cement slabbing underneath my deck and then throwing a hot tub and screening it in. And then you can just go through the basement to get into the hot tub. And I was like, bro, that's an easy, cool weekend project. Mm-hmm. But being in a hot tub at a hotel was fantastic. I forgot how good my feet and legs could feel.
Yeah.
Because just taking a load off your puppies, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I was just chilling. I'd get in the pool, go back to the hot tub.
Hot tubs are great. Pools are fantastic.
The pool temperature was like 75, 80. It was so nice.
Yeah. I'm only slightly upset that we're not getting the indoor pool house. That would have been fucking insane.
I would have came over every morning.
I would have been a swimmer for the rest of my life. I would have spent a bunch of money on like really nice goggles. I would have been a little swimmer boy. Would have been swimming around all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But good news is we will have a jacuzzi at some point. So
That's dope.
yeah, that'll be a good fucking time. There's gonna be a lot of shit, dude. A lot of work to be done in that place too. So we're less than 30 days from moving, is what Scotty says. He doesn't have a specific date yet, but he says their clock is ticking. So excited about that.
So I had a double queen bed in this hotel for this work trip. I had a watching TV bed and a sleeping bed, which was nice.
Yeah.
The work trip that I was on was in my old college town. Mm-hmm. So I'm 33. I graduated from Central Michigan University in 2012. I've been to campus a couple times, but every year I keep going back. It just makes me feel so old.
Yeah.
Because there's this bar called O'Kelly's, and O'Kelly's actually connects to a nightclub, which is slipping my mind. It's a greasy nightclub. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but O'Kelly's connects to it. And I was like, I'm going to go to the sports bar, which is O'Kelly's, to watch the Central Western game because it was at Western. And there's a line of 30 people out the door when I pulled in. I said, I'm not 21. I'm just going to go somewhere else to watch it. So I drove up the street to the Cabin. The Cabin, if you aren't from CMU, the Cabin is a great place to get cabin sticks, which is mozzarella bread sticks. They're fantastic. You can buy their homemade ranch. Buy
homemade ranch is fantastic.
It's like $13 for 48 ounces of ranch. So it's like homemade ranch.
Nice.
They have great pizza. It's bar pizza. It's Dave Portnoy type pizza because it's thin and crispy. They have karaoke 2 nights a week. It's a great place for a college town.
Yeah.
If you call them up, when I was in college, you could do groups of 14 or more. You could get $2 wristbands. So for 2 hours that you're there, you get $2 whatever you call it. So you can just order so much alcohol. It was great. It was great to go there. I went to Freddy's Tavern. A great place to get a burger. It's actually a little hidden gem in CMU because if you don't know where it's at, you'll never go there.
Okay.
But I had a fantastic burger. I had this the lady was like, "That was my favorite burger," and I was like, "I haven't had this burger in 12 years." And she's like, "Really?" And I was like, "I haven't been here in 12 years," you know. But that was dope. But it was kind of cool. It was great going on these trips. Great seeing Earl, but that's what we've been up to since the last episode is just work.
Yeah.
Work trips.
Grinded away on the Pokemon game.
Pokemon's great. Look, if you hate the new Pokemon game, fuck you.
So all the stuff I looked up online, it wasn't that it got hate. The people that buy every Pokemon game are getting like drowned out on the grind of it because it's the same thing over and over again. It's like you get the badges, you beat the Elite Four, you beat the game.
Yeah.
Finish the Pokedex.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. So it's like it's the same thing over and over again. And then they came out with Arceus. Mm-hmm. And that one is not a normal Pokemon game. That's like a Pokemon Hunter game almost. Like you're going out and your whole goal is to sneak up on Pokemon and catch them. Like you don't even have to have your Pokemon out to catch Pokemon. You can just hide in the grass and wait for one to come up at you and you toss a Pokeball at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that one looks really cool. I know I said it last time on the pod. I didn't get this one because there is rumors of another one coming out in 2024. And I want the game I have to last me at least another year before it's like outdated.
I think I enjoy this Pokemon game so much that I might do a second playthrough.
I'm definitely going to. And I'm gonna do the fire Pokemon for my next playthrough. I probably won't have it in my endgame party.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'll pick first, but I will be trading you some Pokemon that I want to keep. Mm-hmm. Unless you can have.
I'm gonna breed Pokemon, because I just caught a Ditto and I found out how to breed.
Maybe in today's world you can just make a second game and still have your first game.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's difficult.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If not, we can just do the trade thing. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because even if you start yours over first, then you can trade me yours, start your game over, and then when you get access to trade, I'll just trade you all the Pokemon.
We could even trade.
We could even
trade games. So you get.
We could
get the experience
yeah,
and then swap them back.
that.
Yeah, we could like in a couple months when you're done, and we could trade
That'd
games.
Be fun. I fuck with that.
Yeah, just so we can get the blue-red difference.
I like that.
And then that way, when I pick whatever starter I pick, it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah. I'm down with that. Yeah, it'll be a slightly different playthrough. That's cool.
So
we'll have to do that with the next one that comes out too. I don't mind that.
What I like with the game is that it's reinvigorated my liking of Pokemon to where I am taking the time. I don't look up what to do in the game, like who to be. Where I just look up who the fuck is this guy.
Yeah, I look up the Pokemon because I don't know
evolutions, how cool they look.
I don't know 80% of the Pokemon.
Yeah, and like the last time we had the book out of the Pokemon moves and shit, but I love doing that. Right now, my party, I have a Lucario, a Raichu, the starter Pokemon that is water. It's a fucking duck. It's a duck peacock.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. It's fighting water. Who's your fire? Who's your Pokemon that's with the armor?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember the name. The Armoroge or whatever.
Yeah,
Armoroge.
And then who's the shell? You get the Harden. You get the Metapod.
Pupitar.
Yeah, and that's Rag. Who's the evolution?
Tyranitar.
I got a Tyranitar.
Yeah.
So the differences of all the Pokemon that I've seen, I definitely am gonna fuck with a heavy fairy next round because I don't have any really real fairy types. And then,
dude, I'm telling you, I think it sounds sick.
And then I think I'm going to go with the Dragon Ground because if you're a Pokemon trainer, you got to have a dragon. You got to have a dragon.
I have multiple dragons.
Yes.
Because why not? And I might actually, dude, I was looking it up. So we fucked up by waiting this long to get this game. You can get Charizard in the game, but not anymore. Never told me that. There was an event like how they do in Pokemon Go, where it was one of the raids. And you could team up, like me and you could team up together, fight a 7-star Charizard, and then catch it. And then people were catching that Charizard, breeding it with a Ditto a million fucking times, and then getting a shiny Charmander, and then having a shiny Charizard in the game. And so it's like the rarest thing, it's one of the rarest things in the game, because you can't fucking get it anymore. They also did a Mew event, and a Mewtwo event, and if you had your Mew fight the Mewtwo in the event, its stats were doubled indefinitely.
I think
so. You just had a tank of a Mew if you had it during the Mewtwo event.
I think if we took all the technology that it would take to buy off of eBay, to buy from game traders, to buy from everything, I can easily trade because I have the GameCube, so I can play. You can play color games on the Game Boy Advance disc. Bless you. So. Right off the rip, we could trade an original Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
All to the go all the way through, and just use those 4 Pokemon.
We would have to buy a DS games. Yeah.
And then from the DS, we would have to buy.
There's two DS games we need.
Yeah. So we need 2 consoles and 2 games.
Yeah.
And then we would have to trade all the way up.
We could probably find a DS pretty cheap. We could probably get one for like $20.
Yeah, from the store up the street. Yeah. And so we would just need to figure out the technology because I think it'd be sick to play this game if you
with like OG Pokemon
with an original Bulbasaur. Original Charmander, original Squirtle, and I won't say. And you can do Pikachu because I have a yellow version. I have original Pikachu yellow, but I already went through a run with Raichu, which, by the way, love it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is when people attack you with moves that they.
I don't even have an electric type.
So it's like when people attack you with a fire move or a ghost move and it doesn't affect you. I have so many of those to where that's the best.
That's how, dude. Tinkaton's crazy. There's only 2 moves that are super effective to it. all the rest of them. There's seven. I looked it up on, or I didn't look it up. I saw it on a TikTok. It just randomly came up. Tinkaton. There's 7 things that it's effective to, 3 things it's super effective to, and only 2 things that are super effective for it. And the rest of everything isn't effective at all.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
That's why I kept the dragon normal type that I have, is because I always kind of...
Normal's a good moveset to have.
Normal is... Because I did a deep dive into normal type Pokemon, and they're shit eaters. They are a Pokemon that isn't affected really by anything.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm pretty sure Milk Tank is a normal type Pokemon.
That's why Snorlax was so dope back in the day.
And they just eat shit.
Yep.
And so that's why I was like, if I have to keep a dragon type, dragon flying is cool.
That's what I'm pretty sure that's what a Chansey was back in the day too. But
Chansey
I think she might be fairy now.
Chansey's still pure normal.
Oh, is she pure normal? Okay.
I'm pretty She
probably has an evolution.
Wigglytuff is fairy.
Yeah.
And Wigglypuff is fairy.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Chansey can still use fairy type moves.
Interesting.
Maybe.
You can probably get a fairy type.
But I've seen a bunch. But I do love the aspect of actually seeing the Pokemon in the wild. That's so fantastic.
My favorite part of it is being able to send your own Pokemon out there and like have it follow you. Having a giant Gyarados just serpenting around you, just fucking up Pokemon is the coolest fucking thing.
That's an aspect of the game that I didn't actually start using till like level 30.
Oh, you've been fucking up.
Yeah, so because you told me about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
That's how I grinded all my levels for the most part.
Yeah.
You just go to an area where your best Pokemon is like 5 levels under them.
Yeah.
And you just send them out, and then if they come back to you with half health, you're like, okay, you heal them up, and then you go battle that Pokemon that it got fucked up by.
Yeah.
And so you only get stopped like every like couple minutes.
Yeah.
But there's 15 battles.
I just love running around. There's like 15 Scythers flying around.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
there's some crazy spots, and I haven't even been down into that fucking crater, that middle crater thing.
I went to an island and fought somebody who was just chilling.
Oh, I love those. I went around and did the whole.
I haven't done
exterior.
that yet. So overall, I'm gonna give the game at I'm probably at 40 hours almost.
I gotta be close. We could probably check.
Yeah. Want to hand me mine?
Might as well, yeah. I think we did this last time, and mine said I had like less than a day or something like that. It didn't tell me the exact time.
So for all those who are curious...
Yes, all of you who are curious. Oops.
So I have a... it's a Ceruledge. Ceruledge. Ceruledge.
What's that one?
That's the ghost type
Oh,
armor.
yeah.
So their name is Melriona, which is from Black Clover. She's the chick with the awesome fucking firepower.
Nice.
I have Dwayne, who is a Tyranitar. I have a Quaquaval, who's the fighting water type. A Sizzlar, who's the dragon normal, and a Raichu, which is all electric. And then if we go visit the Pokedex, we go to Profile, and I have played for 25 hours and 43 minutes. I thought it was going to be more than that. How many shiny Pokemon have you battled?
I don't think any.
I have battled 0.
Where's that at again?
So go hit your minus button.
Yep.
And then hit the X button. And then hit Profile. So how many badges have you collected?
18.
I'm at 16.
Nice.
I still have to do the dragon and the fighting.
I've encountered no shinies.
Same. Palada Pokedex, how many have you caught?
44.
58. How many have you battled?
235.
262.
Nice.
Recipes collected?
30.
17.
Wow.
Total playtime?
27:30.
25:43.
Wow.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
We're
hilarious. We're right there. I'm having a great time with it.
Spent over a day playing this game, dude.
And what I like about it too is you can literally play it during your game. Like if you're watching a football game, you can literally
that's what I've been doing.
Look up, and then it doesn't matter what's going on in the game because it's a turn-by-turn basis.
Yep.
It's Final Fantasy, but with little Pokemon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I love it. I think I'm back on the Pokemon grind for the rest of my life. I don't think I'm going to get every Pokemon game, but I'm going to get a lot of them.
One thing that I forgot to mention is what I loved about the hotel is they had cable.
Oh, yeah.
And I miss cable. because there are so many times where I'd wake up in the middle of the night and Adult Swim would be playing. And you would see like the Adult Swim tickers where they'd be like dong dong and they'd say something stupid, and I was like, this is great. I also watched.
Do they still do the OG like the river?
For
like the
stream, they do that. They do the still, like they'll have like some weird saying, and then
that's funny. I like that.
And then so there are two channels that I watched. I watched the Wings game against the Rangers because I was like, holy shit, I can get the Wings on for free. And then I watched Adult Swim and Comedy Central. And one of the episodes that I woke up to at 2:00 in the morning on my second day was Crab People. And that was such a funny episode to see, but it was so great because if you looked at the TV guide, it was South Park until 6:00 in the morning, and then The Office comes on.
Oh, that's the best.
So like, Comedy Central, for not producing really anything new, still has the most gangster content going on 24/7.
That's crazy. That's wild. What was that? I told you about it last week. I think it was that. ESPN, when Disney acquired it, it was during the 2010s, from 2001 to 2010, ESPN was more valuable, brought in more money yearly than all of the Disney parks combined. Isn't that insane?
Yeah. One thing I will say about ESPN though is there's a weird conspiracy theory. I don't know if I talked about it last week, but I definitely have noticed it. There's a point where Michigan was on ESPN regularly, but with the Big Ten Network and how they sell the games, they went away from Big Ten and they signed with Fox. That's why Fox has Big Noon fucking Sundays, and they do a lot of Big Ten games. ESPN doesn't have that media relationship with Michigan anymore, or a lot of the Big Ten. And so there's one day out of last week where SportsCenter was just murdering Harbaugh. Everybody was just murdering. Now, Stephen A. Smith talked to Desmond Howard face-to-face, and Stephen A. Smith took back some of the things he said. Colin Cowherd, on the other hand, because he's on Fox, has been just defending Michigan left and right.
That's so
which
funny.
Is wild because sometimes he's been on the opposite side. So the weird thing about it is,
He's probably not allowed to talk bad against them.
I think that SportsCenter, because they don't have the rights to show their games, was saying they need to act now. This is the most
disgraceful. They're picking one side of the coin.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it seemed there's one guy, I can't remember.
They have to report on it. They're just picking the side they're reporting.
There's an old dude with a bald head. He's got glasses. He looks like he could be in Guess Who. He was dogging Michigan. Dave Portnoy commented on how bad he was dogging Michigan.
Yeah.
And so it's weird right now with media to where one will slander the name so much because they don't make any money from it, and the other side starts saying, hey, not a big deal, we're all doing it. But this investigation's ongoing for Michigan. Jim Harbaugh's suspended for the rest of the season, but I can't wait until it all unfolds in a Netflix documentary.
Oh, yeah.
There's ESPN 30 for 30.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. You think you guys are going to beat Ohio this year?
I'm putting $100 on it.
Put $100 on it?
I'm putting $100 on it every year. I've done it for the last 2 years. I'm doing it again this year.
You can't stop.
Can't stop.
Can't stop. Won't
I
stop.
can't stop when look. I've been down bad. Okay, I grew up in an era. My childhood, Michigan won a lot. Into my teenage years, not a lot.
Yeah.
One of the best 4-year teams with Chad Henne and Mike Hart at running back. Never beat Ohio State in 4 years, and you're like, these are they came back. They both came back for their senior year, going, we got to beat Ohio State. Still didn't beat them. And then Ohio State just kept rolling through the 2010s and just every fucking year. And then finally, in like 2016, 17, we started getting kind of good teams. And then we had a bad pass interference call at Ohio State, a weird game at Michigan, and then we COVIDed the 1 year.
Yeah.
But now it's like we're a rebirth.
Harbaugh's built it.
And even with this suspension, Harbaugh's staying.
Yeah.
He's not going to Chicago. He's not going to the NFL. I think right now Nick Saban's power level's going down, and Jim Harbaugh power level's going up, and he's just going to keep building that Michigan program to just every. Because here's the thing: in the '90s,
you think Saban's losing it, huh?
I think Saban's losing it in the fact that he's just. I mean, look.
Saban's been. Saban and powerhouse football have been in the same sentence for as long as I can remember.
You give Saban 5 more years, and there's still the transfer portal, and that's his big problem because now people. Oh, I'm not playing at Alabama. I would go play right over across the street.
Yeah.
Because they're going to play me. I think with the transfer portal and with the way that today's game is, I think Alabama's about to go through a Michigan.
Like a slump section.
The problem with Alabama is you've got Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And Nick Saban's just like Bill Belichick. If you don't win fucking 9 games in a season, people are like, what the fuck are you doing? And so everybody that comes after Bill and everybody that comes after Saban are going to get judged
based on that, yeah.
So the problem with college football is if you're not producing in 3 years now, not even 4, you're not getting that second hire. You're getting fired. And so now programs demand.
When was the last time Saban was in a natty?
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Really?
Last Alabama natty was.
Was it Hurts? Hurts and Tua? Was that the last one? No, that can't be.
2020.
Okay,
3 years
so it's
ago.
been 3 years.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that their program's just dead, but I'm just saying when he retires, the next coach is going to have the hardest because people, who the fuck wants to play for who?
Yeah.
You're not playing for Saban. And so Alabama's going to go through a slump like Michigan did to where some hot coach is going to come out, you think he's going to change the program, and in 2 years he hasn't produced, and now it's his 3rd year, and people are going, what are we doing? And they don't give that program time to develop a dynasty.
Yeah.
And so reluctantly with Michigan, Jim Harbaugh ate shit for 5 years almost.
Yeah.
And now we're finally winning games. And people were like, oh, it's because you stole signs. Bullshit. It's because we're recruiting.
You guys have always won games, right?
I
think. When was the last time you guys were under 500?
Not for a while.
So you guys have been winning. You just aren't winning the right games.
Yeah. But now, because of the talent that we're getting and the recruiting that we have.
I think the massive turn for you guys, obviously, was Harbaugh being hired, but also being the first college that had to deal with Jordan was huge for, like, the culture of Michigan.
And that was with Jim Harbaugh.
Yes, that was, it was exactly. I think it was almost the same year, the next year after, or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but from the little knowledge I have about college football, I do know that Michigan is seen from like other people as like the early 2000s Chargers, like really good teams. They just don't win when they need to.
I'll tell you right now. Next year is gonna be a defining year for Michigan because
next year is gonna be huge for you guys.
Well, we have we have Texas, we have USC, we have Oregon. We have
Cal's coming over too, aren't they? I don't know if you guys play them though.
Well, we have a super tough schedule. There's no more cake games. So next year, I'm hoping JJ comes back.
You want JJ back?
I want JJ back. One more
Orgy another year on the bench.
You waste Orgy's freshman season,
yeah.
And then you give Orgy 3 years.
Yeah.
So you might even split it next year. You might even do a 80-20.
Call for the Wildcat when you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's not bad. I mean, that happens all the time in college.
So cheers to Michigan football. Hey, Jim Harbaugh's suspension, it's what makes us stronger. Michigan finishes 3-0 for the last 3 games of the season. We're going to Death Valley. Last thing I want to touch about anything college is if you haven't been watching. Okay, so there's a weird thing. We've been loving the new Rick and Morty season.
Oh yeah,
it's fantastic.
It's great. I don't even notice the voice change.
I noticed it a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed it a little bit at first because I was looking.
I don't care
if they didn't tell you, you specifically, like not looking on the internet and shit. Like if they didn't tell you that they changed the voice, I wouldn't have fucking noticed.
I think he'd just be like, "Oh, he must have something crazy going on with his voice."
I just wouldn't have noticed. It's not really that much of a fucking difference. Like if they didn't tell me before that aired, And then afterwards, they were like, yeah, it's a new voice actor. I would have been like, oh, interesting.
Is it season 7?
Season 7.
So I saw a thing on the internet where the season 7 rating was the lowest of... It's the lowest of any of the seasons. I think it was on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I'm sure there's... All right, so there's going to be a lot of people that, like, boycott the fucking program.
Because of certain things.
Yeah,
Yes.
because of the court cases.
Yes.
There's also going to be people that boycott the program because Old Boy's not affiliated anymore.
Yes. So,
But there's also the people like you and me that don't really give a shit and just want the content. So that's probably why it's getting the low ratings it's getting now.
yeah, so it's dropped between seasons 4, 5, and 6 for viewership.
Oh, so it's been on a steady decline then.
And I think that's half because so many people don't have cable anymore that after season 4, since you have...
a lot of people are illegally streaming it.
Yes.
Because that's what I did for
So that's why I think
5 and 6.
But I think this season is just as good as any of the other seasons.
I think so too, yeah.
And
So far, at least, I know we're... How many episodes in? 4 or 5?
4.
Something like that, yeah.
4. But what I wanted to say is other shows that get hate for their how new they are is like Family Guy.
Yeah.
This last Family Guy season has been fantastic.
Oh, it's been great.
And there's one TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it. I'll put it on the stream for you guys if you watch it on YouTube. Is Peter Griffin talking to Lois about sports gambling? And so why this is funny?
Is that the one in the helicopter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why I think this is funny is not because if you're a fan of Family Guy,
Was that from last season? Was that this season?
It might be last
It
season.
might be last season.
But I saw a clip of it, and this is what makes Family Guy great. There's certain jokes that the creator Seth MacFarlane, there's parts of his childhood that, like, you know, he loves Star Trek, he loves movies, he loves westerns, he loves cinema. So there's certain things that, as an outsider, if there's some obscure, super long reference that they go to, if you don't know what that is, you're like, that was stupid. But if you kind of like understand where he's coming from, like, oh, I've seen that movie. This joke is so funny because why the fuck would he ever publish this on Fox? That's what makes it funny. So UConn, the UConn lacrosse team, they were like, I'm just happy to be here because they saw that they were mentioned on Family Guy.
Yeah.
And so let's play the clip.
Lois, you had a big fall, but you're going to be fine. We're getting you to the hospital.
Oh, Peter, I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. Hey, you know, you were saying some crazy things when you were out.
I was?
Yeah, I mean, you said you lost $1,100 on BetKings. I checked the account. You definitely lost it. But in light of what happened, I'm not mad at you. I mean, UConn had literally never lost to Rutgers in lacrosse. I mean, it was free money.
You're betting on lacrosse now?
You're not wrong. There's no way UConn loses twice in a row. Plus, Syracuse's All-American attacker Tristan Wincroft broke his leg. It'll be all Huskies all day.
Peter, no!
Just rest, babe. I promise I'm not mad at you.
So UConn tweeted, never thought that Family Guy would give us a shout out, but here we are.
Is that the guy that broke his leg? Is that a real fucking guy?
Yeah.
That is the peak of existence for a college lacrosse player, is to be mentioned specifically by name on Family Guy.
That's what makes that joke so
fucking
great.
sick.
Is that someone took the time to break down the college lacrosse power rankings in a Family Guy joke.
And a very specific injury of a star player.
All because Lois got knocked out and Peter was sports gambling on lacrosse because he was so sure that his mutter was a mutter. But his mutter got injured, and there's no way that UConn loses twice in a row. So that's why, like, people need to stop. Like, look, I was. There's a point in my life where I was in the 8th grade, and you wrote that letter to yourself for your senior year, your time capsule.
Yeah.
So my favorite TV shows in the 8th grade were South Park, Family Guy, and American Dad. And fucking 4 years later, those shows were on, and now as an adult, you're much older than you were when you graduated high school.
Now you're watching South Park, Family Guy, and Bob's Burgers.
I'm 15. I'm 15 years older than when I graduated.
Yeah, Jesus, you're getting old.
But people are like, it's not the same. Well, no shit. It's from 13 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like if
that shit still holds up too.
You gonna remake the Flintstones and expect it to be the Flintstones? No, it's gonna be the PC Flintstones.
Yeah.
Wilma, what were you doing at your job supporting our family?
Yeah.
Like, no, like it's not gonna be the same. Times change. What's up?
Hey, man.
What up?
Yeah, I went back and watched. I rewatched all of Family Guy from the episode right after 9/11 and then on.
Yeah.
And that very first episode, it aired like November 1st. So there was barely like not even 2 months of difference between like 9/11 and when this episode happened. Mm-hmm. And they just roasted Osama bin Laden. Like they have him speaking and he just said Durka, Durka, Durka the whole time.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. That was November 2011.
I mean, South Park did a Bugs Bunny, Cartman, Osama bin Laden episode.
That was November 2011. That was the same... It might have been October. That was a month after the Iraqi Freedom War started. Like, that's just... It's so funny, like, how quick they were with it. Like, they didn't air anything for 2 months, and then they just came out with a fucking hot fire Middle East episode.
Let's do a full circle crazy thing, too.
Yeah.
So Family Guy has been out since the 2000s.
Yeah.
Because they had a Y2K episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was the 90s, late 90s.
Yeah, so they had a Y2K episode where Peter Griffin, his family, are in the post-apocalypse from Y2K. They go to the one place on Earth that has green grass, an apple tree, and fresh fruit. But it has the guy who sings the Toy Story. Red lady hair walking over. Hey there, Rover.
What's his name? James?
Randy.
I thought it was James.
No, it's
What the fuck is that guy's name?
Toy Story singer. Randy Newman.
Randy Newman.
So it had Randy Newman there.
Yeah.
So here's what I contribute to Adult Swim. So Family Guy got taken off of Fox.
Yeah.
It was like, sorry, not our scene, not our crowd. There were years on Adult Swim. I didn't watch it on Fox. I saw Family Guy on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
So
90% of the time, yeah.
So Adult Swim was so popular with Family Guy that they go, hey, can we get that? Fox is like, fuck no. If it's that popular, we'll revamp it. And then they just went back with Fox. And the funny thing about Seth MacFarlane is he hates Fox.
Yeah.
But they employ him for two different shows. 3, 4.
I loved the advertising for the new South Park episode.
Yeah.
And it was like how it's exclusively on Paramount Plus or whatever the fuck it was on. The way that they advertise nowadays, it's so funny.
Well,
South Park and Family Guy both, they fall into the category of like making fun of shit, and they don't fall on like any side of any argument.
You know how they were kind of like on HBO and Paramount?
Well, they were on HBO, they were on Paramount, they were on everything.
So the streaming wars
yeah,
literally made fun of their contracts.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
And that's why the exclusive on Paramount Plus was so funny, because it's like they were just on HBO.
And with Paramount Plus, that last episode is supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
So we're about to get 2 more fire, which we'll watch together.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't do it the first time.
Whose fault was it?
That was mine. I was in a slump. I was watching
You're
shows.
gonna be real mad when I tell you I've already seen the new Invincible.
Have you already really?
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I was at Earl's. And he was like, you finish your Colt? I'll finish my Colt. I was at Earl's, and we were talking about shows, and I said, hey, man, Invincible's out. And he goes, Invincible's brand new? And here's the thing. So and I'll credit this to 5 different people. Well, 4. I was there. So it was a Sunday morning. Or it was it's still Sunday morning. It might have been 3 or 4 in the morning. But we were all up at Earl's house in his living room on the U couch. And people were like, what do we watch? Like, like it's that time of the night where like nobody wants to go to sleep yet,
Mm-hmm.
but they want to watch something that we all have in common to
Yeah.
get that common ground.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, have you guys, knowing Earl, knowing Holcomb, knowing Tobal, Tobal's heavy anime base, Holcomb loves regular show, loves Adventure Time, doesn't really fuck with anime, but likes superhero shit. And then there's Earl. Earl's Batman,
Yeah.
Earl's DC, Earl loves Marvel, so superheroes. So I was like, have you guys ever seen Invincible? And they're like, no.
Oh.
And I was like, and
I love
this is like
showing people shows you know they're gonna love.
like shows that already have such a successful first season that if you don't fuck with the show, then you're just hating the hate.
Especially if you're with a group of dudes like that you know they're gonna fuck with this. Like they're the target audience for this show.
And even Pat was there. So there's and there might have been Addison. There might have been 7 people in this living room.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're at a party and you want to suggest music.
Yeah.
And nobody fucks with it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
one of my favorite songs in the whole world, and you guys don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
That sucks. But I just said, hey, have you guys ever seen Invincible? And they're like, no. And I was like, it's made by Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of other people. And so we watched the first 2 episodes, just fucked up.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, holy shit, how many episodes are out? And I was like, oh, the first season's done.
Yeah.
It's
been done years ago.
Yeah. And so now we're at the point where we got new episodes, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's one of my favorite feelings in the whole world.
Dude, that really is a great feeling. Is showing someone something new that you know for a fact they're going to enjoy, and you've already enjoyed it. It's like you get to enjoy it for the first time again.
That's what it's like on the opposite side of bombing, where I performed at Crunchies at it was probably October.
Lansing, yeah.
Yeah, Lansing,
Yeah.
Michigan. It was October. It was before Halloween. It was probably October 20. Okay, hold on. October. Halloween was on Monday.
Sure.
It was probably on. Here, I'll tell you the exact date. That's why we got smartphones.
There it is.
October 23rd. I bombed super hard, and that's the opposite feeling. It's like when you are in the car, right? You're driving around in your car, and your buddy just gets in the car, and you're like, "Hey, we got a 25-minute trip. Let's listen to some music."
Mm-hmm.
And you play one of your favorite songs ever, and he goes, "Hey man, can I play the next song?" Because they don't fuck with that song. And you're like, "Oh
yeah.
I feel like shit."
All right, I got something for you.
Okay.
It is very anime-esque.
I just found out that there was a French guy in the 1850s named Jacques Toussaint Benoit, and he had a hypothesis that when 2 snails mated, they became permanently telepathically linked. Benoit decided to use these abilities to create a sort of snail telegraph that can transmit messages across the world instantly. After a year, his project was complete. He split 24 snail pairs onto 2 devices, each snail pair corresponding to 1 letter. Obviously, this device did not work, but it did inspire the transponder snails from One Piece.
What's crazy about that you just showed me is that all of the places that they've had that are crazy, like Marigold. Marigold is France.
Yeah.
Water 7, Italy.
Yeah.
So I won't go into the future ones that you haven't met. Dressrosa. What country do you think Dressrosa is?
I have no idea.
Spain.
Okay.
So they've based a lot of the anime off of. Okay, so if you deep dive into one, I love that. I love that because I just saw something like that. If you deep dive into One Piece, not only are the locations that they go to based off of real life locations, the people in the show are based off of
the specific nationalities.
Not nationalities. Like if you take Blackbeard for instance, they base Blackbeard not only off of just the Blackbeard pirate of like history, but the guy who they're basing the character off of.
Oh yeah.
So they're basing off there's one guy you've seen him.
Frankie's based off of old boy from Ace Ventura.
Yeah. So one guy you've barely seen, and I've barely seen him as well. There's the Worst Generation.
Yeah.
There's 9 people.
Yeah.
One's a monk. He's got angel wings, and he's a monk. You've seen him in. You've only seen him as a character in when they first go to the scene where Luffy punches the Celestial Dragon in the face. That's where you see Bonnie, the pink-haired chick that tackles Zoro.
Okay.
You see the castle guy.
Okay.
You see. You see. What's his name? Law.
Yeah.
The guy. You've already seen it. It's when Luffy comes out with Kid and Law. It's Luffy, Law, and Kid versus all those Marines.
Yeah.
They all use their abilities.
Yeah.
So all of the worst of the 9 generation are all there. And you barely see this monk guy.
Yeah. I don't really remember him, to be honest.
He's based off of a real guy who's the crazy monk.
Okay.
And so each of these motherfucking...
Yeah, each guy's based off of someone historically.
And which is crazy. So that's why I love Oda. I think
he's great.
He's great.
I don't have anything bad to say.
What do you... So you just finished the Elephant series.
Yeah, I am freshly into Big Cake.
Big Cake Island.
And
you're on the Big Cake Island arc.
Yeah.
What's the last thing you saw?
Freshly into it. The last thing I saw was I'm still at the same part when Sanji and Luffy finally met up with Sanji in the carriage, and he was like, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm here to save you," and he was basically like, "Dude, fuck you, I don't even know you. What are you doing? You're dirt to me. You're nothing." And then Luffy's like, "All right, bitch, I'm gonna sit right here, and I'm not gonna eat anything until you come back."
You're farther than I thought.
He's like, "I'm just gonna be hungry, and I'm gonna sit right the fuck here till you come back." And Sanji got back in his carriage, and he looked this way, and he's like, his sister was like, "Should we fuck him up?" And he goes, "No, keep going." And then you just see a tear fall out through his eyes, so he's like, "Fuck, my captain's starving."
Yeah,
and
one of the best parts.
That was the last thing that I saw, I think. Around that area, give or take 10 minutes. I don't know.
The last thing I saw was fire, but that's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. I'm very much enjoying One Piece. Did you see the completely changing directions here? Did you see the Amazon healthcare thing?
No.
All right, I gotta play the video.
This guy said dead show.
Nice. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the comment.
Hey, thanks for the Genghis motherfucking John hatred. 150 episodes deep, and he's saying dead show. But
that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Joe Rogan.
This is a
Joe Rogan. Joe
Rogan
Rogan didn't get discovered till like 400.
True.
Yep.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yes.
The healthcare industry better watch out because there's a new giant in town that's about to shake things up. Today, November 8th, Amazon announced that it is launching its healthcare services to Prime members for only $9 per month. It's called One Medical, and you get unlimited 24-hour access to virtual visits at no extra charge. You can be seen and treated for the common cold, skin issues, allergies, cold sores, and more. You even get unlimited access to urgent video chats if you have minor injuries or a fever. When I was reading this article, I was wondering if you go to the virtual visit and you need medication, is that covered? Well, it turns out that they're offering something called RX Pass, where you get access to generic prescriptions for an additional $5 per month. They also already have over 200 physical locations in case you need to go see somebody in person. All you have to do is go online and make an appointment, and you will get an appointment to one of their clinics same day or next day. They're just starting out, but here's a list of locations where they have their clinics currently around the United States. You can see here
that's
that
wild.
it's mostly in...
Isn't that badass?
Amazon Prime.
That's crazy. Amazon's doing wild shit.
Healthcare.
$14 a month coverage.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's
wild.
cheap as hell.
It's cheap.
Affordable healthcare.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
Before we do that, did you know who Mark Andrews is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tight end for the Ravens. Did you know that he had type 1 diabetes?
No.
He checks his blood pressure every time he comes off the field.
It's wild.
Or not his blood pressure, his blood sugar.
I saw something with him where it's like spreading awareness for type 1 diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got it.
Yeah.
He comes off the field, whenever he exits the field, he goes to the sideline, he pricks his fucking finger, tests his blood, and if it comes back like low blood sugar, he'll go have a Gatorade. If it comes back, he needs insulin, he'll just fucking pull his shit down and shoot some insulin into him.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was diabetic.
It's wild.
During the game, every time he comes off the field, he's
Smart.
That's crazy. I mean, he's probably got to, obviously. I mean, you're
a high peaking, high performance.
high performance athlete.
Yeah.
And every little ounce of everything helps. And it's just crazy to me that he had diabetes. Wow. Shout out to him. He's a fucking beast. All right. I got a cut stumper for you.
Okay.
So this cut stumper, this is it was voted on by random people throughout Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the top 8 Michigan foods are? So foods could be drink, could be specific items.
Fago.
So Fago came in at number 8.
Patskis.
Pasties?
Pasties, yeah.
Number 4.
Punchkis.
Not on the list.
Cherries.
Nope.
Wow. Let's go Michigan foods or drinks. Verner's.
Verner's is on there, number 6. That's all the drinks.
Okay. Damn, this is tough. Michigan foods.
There's 5 more left that you're missing.
Fried fish.
Nope.
Damn. This is tough. I don't know.
So, all right. As of right now, you have Pasty at number 4, Verner's at number 6, Fago at number 8. I'll give you number 2 because I don't even know what the fuck it is. Number 2 is fudge.
Oh, Mackinac Island fudge.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Mackinac Island fudge is number 2.
Okay.
So you got any other guesses?
Off the top of my head,
One of them's a real. Honestly, I thought you were going to get all
Laffy
of them. No, I thought you were going to get all of them because I know you know all of them. You want me to just give them to you?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go from the bottom. 8's Fago. 7 is Better Made Chips.
Those are shitty.
They're Michigan based.
Okay.
I don't know. 6 is Verner's. Number 5 is the Coney Dog.
Hilarious.
4 is Pasty. Number 3 is Superman Ice Cream.
Hilarious.
Number 2 is the Fudge.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, Detroit Style Pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I thought you were going to get that one for sure. I thought you were going to get that one off
I
rip.
didn't think
I thought you were
about
going to get Detroit Pizza, Superman Ice Cream, and Pasty, and the Coney Dog.
I wasn't even
I
thinking
thought you were
about
going
ice
to crush
cream.
those.
Wasn't even thinking ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to crush those. Well, you got 3 of the 8. Cut stumpers still crush you, even with the Michigan-based cut stumpers.
Well, hey, Polar Knights, good to see you. We're about to cast off for our night for our 150th episode of the J2 Show.
Yeah, check us out on YouTube, Instagram.
Or on YouTube, Instagram.
TikTok, kinda. We haven't really posted anything on there yet.
Nope.
We'll get there, though.
Yep. But sorry, Polar Knights, we're about to leave the 150th episode of the JT Show.
We'll probably be streaming later, though, if you want to pop into the stream.
We'll see you guys later.